Okay, yeah. Let's wait a second until we share the YouTube link. All right, there it is. Yeah, hello everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to a new execution client daily. Let's get this started. Tomas, do you want to go first?
Sure. So yesterday I met with the consensus team to debug a sync committee issue that wasn't very clear. So I spent some time on that. Then I did a small review on Federica's code for the Merkle Patricia tree. That's a small review for only some of the files, and now I'm finishing the review on the rest of them. I'm now focusing on the node ones, the leaf node, extension node, etc. So yeah, I will have that ready probably in the next hour, and then I will move on to making some diagrams for the different kinds of storage, the path versus hash based, which is something that I was working on before this PR, which I expect to have finished for today. And afterwards, well, I'll ask for new tests.
Okay, thank you. Sounds good. Yeah, I have a couple of things for you when you finish with that.
Awesome.
All right. Okay, let's go with Federica.
Sure. Well, the day before yesterday, I finished fixing the last bugs with the removals in the tree. And yesterday, I worked on changing how the tree works so that we don't remove the nodes when we perform new insertions and removals, so that we can look at the historical state and not lose it. I think that's mostly done, but I want to add more testing to it.
One question: Did you just remove that code, or but because I think maybe ideally it would be behind a flag or an option, so that we can opt in for it or not? What do you think?
Like what I removed was not the functionality of the tree to remove the nodes, but that when you remove a node, instead of actually removing it from the storage, you just making it accessible.
Okay.
So you remove, when you perform a removal, you create new nodes, you remove the old ones. With this, you don't remove the old ones. So if you want to access a previous state, you can actually look at it. It's still in the DB.
Okay, but I think maybe once we move that functionality to the original library, maybe we'll want to have that opt-in, because maybe some people don't want the tree to grow. But
no, that change is not in the original tree; it's in our tree.
Okay. Okay, but yeah, anyway, it can be a follow-up for later. It's not something we need now. Okay, cool. Thank you. Let's move on with Esteban.
Yeah. Hello. Well, yesterday I created a pull request for the ping LPX encoding, which is already done. I also refactorized the whole framing struct, so now it's pretty separated, the message encoding for both hello and ping messages, and all the logic related to the framing and the MAC addresses and the AES encryption, all that stuff that is the same for all the messages and different capabilities. So the pull request is as a draft, because there is still some other steps to be done, like the Pong encoding, the decoding, and the frame decoding. But I think that I will mark it as ready to review, so you guys can take a look at it. And if we can, we should merge it, because for the other tasks there are already tickets, so I think we can just merge this as it is and leave the rest for the other tickets, in a way to get some improvement. Currently, I'm working on the other part of the loop. Like now, I'm sending ping messages, and now I'm working on the receiving part. Like what happens when I receive a ping message, or when I receive the response for my ping, the pong message, which is it's a bit more difficult to test because I do not manage what get sends to my node.
Can't you use the P2P tool for that?
Yeah, I can use it, but the problem I'm having is that our node doesn't leave enough to be able myself to send a message. It's failing on some other part because of it's receiving some messages from get that creates an exception. My idea was to just build some workaround for that exception so it doesn't fail, and keep the node alive to be able to send messages with the peer-to-peer tool. That's the thing I was hoping to do.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, Gaston?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Well, yesterday I implemented the get transaction count endpoint. It's basically the nonce of an address of an account. We are only able to return the nonce of the latest block, but it's enough for the hype test. And if any other, if we are request for another block which has returned an error, that is done already. But I am waiting for other PRs to merge first. The one of Martin, the return error weren't carrying historical data because I used the same behavior than that PR. Well, I start working on the estimate gas PR. We have some. It's not. We don't have to return only the gas used by the VM. It's like we need to return the minimum gas limit or something like that. So I am researching to know how should I calculate that. And I was recently debugging why the CI is broken, but I think I figured it out. So I will send a fix right now. So
Okay,
that's
great. Thank you. Okay, so on my side, I've been doing a deep dive on the simulations, the Hive simulations related to the engine API. So yeah, a couple of conclusions there. It seems we will have to implement or support all the fork since Paris included, also merge onwards. I don't think it should be too difficult. And also transitions to be able to run these tests. And what else? I got a brain fart right now. Anyway, I created a couple of tickets related to these like Hive simulations and what we need to support them. But I think, yeah, they are quite important. There are more than 100 tests, and they seem to be like very, very broad, like including reorgs, bad hashes, and everything, and all the rest of the clients support them. So we should do. Another thing that we need to support for that is block building. So yeah, unfortunately, that kind of like moves these to the last milestone, or well, the fifth, the one we have. So maybe it would be a good idea to try to bring block building to be made sooner. Maybe it could be like the fourth milestone. So anyway, I'm trying to mentally organize things so that we have the minimal amount of dependencies, and we can unblock some of these tests, since they are really useful for building this client. All right, that's all I have. Does anybody have something before we call it off? All right.